In recent years, Coventry City have been on the precipice of Premier League promotion. A playoff final loss and top half finishes have haunted Coventry, who reached last year's FA Cup semi-finals. And teams have swooped on their star players. Gyökeres, O'Hare and Harmer all leaving in the past year for greener pastures. It is time for Coventry to be the star of the show. Today, I'm taking over and making the Sky Blues a Premier League club and eventually champions of Europe. What is up, lads? Welcome to a rebuild of Coventry City. Yes, I have seen the comments, a lot of Coventry fans down below requesting for me to rebuild their side. And you know what? I'm up for it. This is the default Coventry City starting 11 that we are working with. I have updated the squad, so a lot of the players that have left have been removed from the squad. But we have got some serious work to do if we want to get over that hurdle of escaping the championship and getting up to the Premier League. Let's get into it. Getting stuck in on our first day in charge, I am signing someone that I've been wanting to sign for a hot minute now in a rebuild. It is the Chilean left midfielder Alexander Aravena, coming across here from South America for £5 million. Gonna sign a new starting goalkeeper as well here. Marek Rodak has been released by Fulham in real life. He wants more game time, and I think he would be the perfect pickup here at Coventry City. So we're gonna pick up the former Fulham keeper, Marek Rodak, on a free transfer. You love to see it. There are some players though we want to clean out of the squad to start off life at Coventry. The 30-year-old left back Jake Bidwell is heading to Norwich. Isaac Moore heading to Barrow on a 2-year loan. Kai Andrews heading to Burton Albion on loan. And our final player to loan out this year, Evan Ahosa, heading to Leyton Orient. But we are going to sell Jamie Allen to a fellow championship side in Middlesbrough. And our former starting goalkeeper Ben Wilson to QPR. We've added one Slovakian to the side. Why not add another? Our new attacking midfielder here, Tomas Suslov, is going to join us for 6 mil. I'm trying to build out a squad right now that, I'm going to push for promotion this year, but I want to build out the foundations of a squad that is going to get promoted to the Premier League and survive in the Premier League. Coventry have made 3 signings in real life during this offseason though, so I'm going to get those guys into the club right now. Jack Radoni from Huddersfield, Rafael Borges Rodriguez from the Australian criminal organisation known as MacArthur FC, and finally the Swedish goalkeeper Oliver Dolven. I am very interested though to see where this starting 11 is sitting in the championship come the halfway point. Would love to make the push for promotion, but I don't know if that's a guarantee at this point. Alright, it's pretty similar to real life, to be honest. We're sitting 9th in the championship right now with Coventry, but the nice part is that we are less than a win away from getting ourselves into the playoffs. Leeds are absolutely running away with it in this updated championship, but let's make the push for playoff football. And Lewis Binks has been recalled to Bologna, so that's a bit of a blow to our stocks in the back line. Look, I'm not stoked about having to sell Josh Eccles. He was a good, young, backup defensive midfielder, but the reality is he wanted out of the club, and we need the money if we're going to make a signing here. It is transfer deadline day, and these are the only offers I've been able to get. They've been for Josh Eccles, so we're going to cash in, get £4.3 million, and put that towards a new centre-back. We've had to act quickly given it is deadline day, but we get our man. It is Dara O'Shea. His value goes up as well, which is very nice to see. But the Irish centre-half joining us from Burnley, that is a nice upgrade to the defense, and we also weaken a promotion rival. All right, boys, we're in the playoffs. We finished 3rd in the regular season here in the championship. If we didn't start so slowly, automatic promotion with Coventry could have been on the cards, but Norwich and Leeds go up. Now we fight it out with West Brom, Preston North End, and Sheffield United for that final Premier League spot. Relegation zone is going to see 2 of the 3 promoted sides going straight back down in Oxford, Portsmouth, and Sheffield Wednesday. Arsenal beat Norwich in the FA Cup final, and Liverpool win the Carabao Cup. Oh my god. We have been absolutely punished in the playoff semi-finals. We come in as the highest seeded team and don't even score a goal. Sheffield United beat us 3-0 on aggregate, and then they go on and lose the playoff final to West Brom. Huge positive coming out of the year though. Haji Wright, the American striker, is going to bag himself 26 goals. I am so excited to see what he can do with dynamic player potential coming under his belt next season. And at least one positive of not getting promoted is we get another year in the championship where I'm hoping we can dominate, and I'm hoping we can get dynamic player potential involved in every player of our squad, because once we get to the Premier League, I want to stay there. I don't want to be fighting it out in the relegation battle. I want to be pushing up the table as quickly as possible. Going to be letting one player walk at the end of this season though. 20-year-old Luke Bell is going to be leaving the club on a free into free agency. I'm gutted that we miss out on promotion to the Premier League, but it's not the worst thing in the world. We'll come back stronger next year and make sure we do it automatically. Trying to make the push for Premier League promotion. Selling one of our original starters on day one. It is Casey Palmer. He wanted out of the club, so we're going to sell the Jamaican attacking midfielder to Middlesbrough. But on the very same day, we're going to make a signing that I'm hoping is going to benefit us immensely on our promotion push. Brandon Williams, back from his loan spell at Ipswich Town, once out of Manchester United permanently, so he's going to come permanently to Coventry City. Hoping that we can have a similar impact to his loan spell at Ipswich, and that is a promotion. Collins was taking a lot of game time from Rodak, so I've decided to sell the goalkeeper to Celtic. A loan move here in season number 2 for our young Swedish keeper Oliver Dolvin. And we also get a loan move for the Australian right midfielder. It is Rodriguez heading to the Turkish league for the year. Gearing up for the big move of the transfer window though, Sakamoto, our Japanese right midfielder, will be heading back to the Asian Football Confederation, signing on with Al Hilal for £4.35 million. And I want to go all out now to sign a right midfielder who can be our star man on our path to promotion. And I'm hoping that man can be Reece Nielsen, the former Arsenal player, in a very similar position to Brandon Williams, where he's at a big club and is at a crossroads in his career, not getting a crazy amount of game time at Arsenal. We're bringing Nelson down to the championship and giving him the opportunity to have a team for himself. Reece Nelson, can you be the star man that helps Coventry finally back to the Premier League? Looking to build out the bench a little bit here as well though, fellas. Sean McWilliams will be joining us as a backup defensive midfield option. Nothing crazy, but we're going to sign the 25-year-old from Northampton. A monster second season ahead though. Will this be the year that we get promoted to the Premier League with Coventry City? Looking at this team on paper and our results from last year, I think we're an awesome chance. So far so good. 1st of January, we're sitting second in the championship. 3 losses, 2 points off the title behind Leicester, but 6 points ahead of Burnley. It's nice to see though, Preston, Hull, Wolves, Millwall, all 10, 12 points behind us. The one L that we have copped in this transfer window though is Fabio Tavares is moving to the German leagues on a free transfer. It's frustrating because I've been trying to sell him for the entire video and he doesn't go when I accept offers from actual clubs for actual transfer fees, but then he's able to walk on a free and he's like, see you later, I'll accept this. Cheers, Fabio. But we are here on the 4th of January and we have got a massive game. First versus second in the championship, Coventry versus Leicester. If we can get a win over the Foxes, that would be massive, but we get absolutely humbled. All right, let's not let that result affect us. Let's see how we end up at the back end of the year. Come on, fellas. It is double delight if your name has a city in it. Leicester City and most importantly, Coventry City heading up to the Premier League. Only 3 points off the century mark, 7 points ahead of Burnley. I'm happy with that. It would have been nice to have the exclamation mark of winning the championship, but as long as we got promoted, that was all I wanted, and we've done that. Burnley, Wolves, Sheffield United, Hull City, some real legacy names fighting it out for the final spot. Relegation zone though in the championship, Bolton, Peterborough and Charlton Athletic go down. Liverpool win the FA Cup, Man City the Carabao, and the championship playoff final winners are going to be Wolverhampton, who go straight back up to the Premier League. They take down Hull City 2-0 in the final. Oh my God. Alexander Aravena is going to be entering the Premier League, an absolute superstar. 38 goal contributions from the 22-year-old Chilean, who goes up +5 overall to an 82. We're surely going to have some massive offers coming in for him. Haji Wright as well. Definitely going to be keeping him as the striker. 21 goals again, up to a 79. He will easily crack the 80s next year. Great to see Ellis Sims with a big season as well. I was debating whether we'd start him up up top next year, but with 18 goals and a 78 overall marker, I definitely will be. I'm very confident about the direction we're heading. A couple players will be walking on frees though. Marco Roos, not Marco Royce, will be going on a free. Justin Ibikwe will be going on a free, and then Matt Godden will be retiring. I did not realize Ben Sheaf, the captain, had gone up to an 81 as well. I'm actually feeling really good about us being able to avoid the relegation battle next year in the Prem. But there's only one way to find out. Let's crack on and begin life with Coventry City in the Premier League. The first signing of the Premier League era is in between the sticks. We get the Serbian shot stopper, Dorde Petrovic. He joins us from Chelsea for £27.4 million. That's a +5 upgrade in between the sticks. Man, that Premier League money just hits different. And Marek Rodak, as soon as we signed Petrovic, submits a transfer request. I would love to keep him as a backup, but if a decent offer comes in, we'll probably accept it. In the meantime, though, we're going to continue building out this squad. A cut price deal here to sign Levi Colwill from Atletico Madrid. Less than 12 months remaining on his deal, so we get the young fella for £16.8 million. 22 years of age, 79 overall. I will take that every day of the week. And we ended up getting a decent offer in for Marek Rodak, which we have accepted. The Slovakian shot stopper heading to Ligue 1. I mean, that is £7 million profit after all, so I can't be too mad. We are in desperate need of a backup striker, so I've put some of that money from Rodak into signing Elijah Adebayo. He's in the championship still with Luton Town, so we're going to sign him for £4.8 million. That is a brilliant backup option, a brilliant option off the bench as well. Another man out of the club though, as Joel Latabodiere, the Jamaican centre-back, is moving permanently to Monza. I'm keeping the business very light though in this opening window. We've got about £20 million saved from this transfer budget, and I'm willing to spend it in January, but I want to see where we start the year. If we're in the relegation battle, then I'll make some big moves. But I'm genuinely so curious as to how season number 3 goes here with Coventry City. Let's fast forward to January 1st and get a better indication. 13th in the Premier League, 11 points clear of the drop zone. That is a brilliant first half of the year, and I want to build upon it, fellas. I want to build upon it. Let's go. I mean, what's our goal difference? So we're not conceding, nor are we scoring too many. It's a pretty moderate season all around so far. That makes our mind up for us. Bloody hell, I did not realize that. Reece Nielsen has broken his tailbone. So where I wanted to sell somebody on and get a big upgrade to the starting 11, right now we might just have to go and pick ourselves up a right midfielder who can play in this squad for the remainder of the year. I mean, at least it happened 2 days before the window opened. I would have been fuming if it happened 2 days after it closed. I'm really happy with this pickup. We've gone down to the championship. It's one of my favorite things to do, but we're going to sign the Ghanaian right midfielder, Antoine Semenyo from Bournemouth. £10 million. He's only 1 overall lower than Reece Nielsen, so we'll miss Reece Nielsen, of course, but we've done pretty well in smothering the blow. Job done, fellas. We have survived our first year in the Premier League with Coventry City. We have done it with ease, and I'm not surprised. I was never too worried about this year. Coming into these first years, a lot of the times I'm mentally prepared for a relegation dogfight, but we weren't even close to being grouped with Wolves, Leeds, and Norwich. We had a great squad, and I think staying in the championship for season 2 worked wonders. And now we need to think about pushing up this Premier League table. Manchester United winning the league, Man City win the FA Cup, Liverpool beat Man United to win the Carabao Cup, but we went out unfortunately in the Carabao Cup semis to Manchester United. Where have I heard that? Coventry losing to Man United in the semi-final. Gonna take a look at the European competitions for the first time in this video. Man City win the Champions League, Villarreal the Europa League, and Fiorentina win the Conference League. Haji Wright continuing to impress. 22 goals this year. It's a shame that he's kind of older. I still think we can get another good year or two out of him, but if he'd started this career mode at 21, 22 years of age, he would be a superstar. I do think we might have to go in for an upgraded striker next year though. Ellis Sims, it's an okay year, but I want a superstar. I want an absolute world beater up top. 86 rated now for Aravena, 18 goal contributions. That is bloody brilliant for him. And Van Ewijk now up to an 84. What is old mate Sheaf? Up to an 83. Again, it's a shame that he didn't start at 21-22. I'm eyeing off those European spots, fellas. We need to take it to the next level, and that signing right here in Sergio Cameo is going to hopefully do just that. The Spaniard had less than 12 months remaining on his deal at Rayo Vallecano, so he's going to make his big money move across to the Premier League. It's only a +2 upgrade, but I'm hoping this is going to be a huge difference maker. Saying goodbye though to one of our former backup centre backs, Liam Kitching heading to Goodison Park, Rafael Borges Rodriguez heading to the Portuguese League on loan, but the biggest departure out of the squad this window comes in the form of Ellis Sims. We had to cash in on him. I couldn't have a man worth this amount of money sitting on the bench, so Ellis Sims heading to Newcastle United for 25 mil. But I'm going to put a large amount of that money towards what I believe is an end game signing. I know that Wolverhampton and Coventry have a bit of a rivalry, but we're taking away one of their best players and bringing him across here to Coventry, to the Sky Blues. The Algerian wingback Ryan Ait-Nouri is going to join us as a +8 upgrade at the left back role. That is undeniably crucial. I mean, if this team isn't in with a shot out of at least some form of European football, I am genuinely going to be shocked. We have got an insane team built right now. Big questions around Nelson and Semenyo, who's going to take that starting right midfield role. But again, just like last year, I've kept a bit of money in the back pocket. I'm willing to make some changes in January if things are not going our way. Let's see how we're sitting with Coventry City come January 1st. But lads, if you are enjoying this video and you aren't already subscribed, go ahead, scorpion kick that subscribe button down below, enable post notifications, and join us on our path to becoming the biggest career mode channel on YouTube. I'm stoked with this. We sit 6th right now in the Premier League, 31 points. There is room for us to grow though. There is half a season to go. We are 4 points out of Champions League football, currently in a Europa League / Conference League spot. But I'm not satisfied with that. I'm going to make a big move here in January. The big move that we got robbed of last year. Brandon Williams is the first man out this window, but he will not be the last. He heads to Selhurst Park for £9.5 million. And Reece Nielsen, who was signed in the same transfer window as Brandon Williams, is out of the club. He goes to Wolverhampton, so we're now even. We've sold a player to Wolverhampton and we're signed a player to Wolverhampton. That's probably the last business I'll do with them. But we get an extra £16 million, so between the two of them, that's what, like £25 million extra on top of the £25 million we already had to go and sign ourselves a starting right midfielder here and give us that extra push for hopeful European football. There we go. We get our man. We get him for cheaper than I expected as well. I am going to sign the Russian midfielder Arsen Zakarian. I've never used this dude in a career mode before. He's a left midfielder by design, but I can easily convert him to a right midfielder. We signed the Russian from Real Sociedad for £36.6 million. Coventry City are heading on a European tour, lads. It's frustrating though because we miss out on Champions League football on goal differential. I only just realized that as well. I saw us with 5th and I was like, hell yeah, I'll take that. But we miss out on goal difference with West Ham. Arsenal only 3 points ahead as well, so I'm stoked that we're going to, I assume, the Europa League next year, but we were that close. We could have easily had Champions League. Man City 12 points clear as they win the Premier League title. Tottenham down in 14th, but it is Forest, Fulham and Burnley relegated. Oh, this is really going to be a season of so close yet so far. We lost the FA Cup final to Tottenham and Chelsea win the Carabao Cup. Juventus win the Champions League. Man United win an all-English Europa League final. I'm so curious to see how we go there next year. Meanwhile, Tottenham, despite finishing, 14th, they win the Conference League and the FA Cup. Big year though from Haji Wright. I say we keep him around for as long as possible. If he's still growing and banging in goals, what's the rush to sell him? 84 overall, 29 years of age. He could be a late blossoming superstar. Somebody that is a superstar already in the prime of their career. Alexander Aravena, our first ever signing, has absolutely tore up the league. You love to see it. Suslov not tearing it up the way I would have hoped he would though. Might have to look at an upgrade at the attacking midfield role next year. Going to be saying goodbye though to Bradley Stratton, who's walking away on a free. It's quite rare when we have nothing but linear progress in a rebuild, and I'm hoping that continues here with Coventry. Bring on season number 5 and bring on our European tour. We were debating it and we've pulled the trigger. We have got ourselves a new star attacking midfielder, and we have got to be one of the hottest teams in England and Europe at this point. This is massive. Facundo Farias, the man playing under Leo Messi at Inter Miami, the Argentinian wonder kid. He is going to finally leave the MLS, jump across the pond to the Premier League. This is a massive pickup here. 25 years of age, 85 overall. And I believe that is a club record signing of £57 million. I'm not really feeling any crazy great pressures to sell many players. Our transfer budget with European football was unbelievable. With that being said, I am going to sell Victor Torp though. He wanted out of the club for a while, so we're going to make that happen. And on the very next day, we are going to pick ourselves up a backup right back here, young Englishman Daniel Newman, joining us on a free. But we have got money to burn, fellas, and I say we go all out for a starting centre back. We finished above Newcastle United in the Premier League table last year, so let's go in for one of their top players, Sven Botman. £62.5 million is his market value. My chief executive says we can pay about 73 for him, which sounds fine to me. Let's see if Eddie Howe takes the bait though. He wants 90 and a 5% sell-on clause. That is not happening. I'll deal with the sell-on clause, but nah, not that much money. We might be on totally different wavelengths right now, but I'm going to say 75 with a 5% sell-on clause. Eddie Howe, 78, I'll live with that. I can live with that. I'm going straight in here though. I want our business to be done quickly here in season number 5. Sven Botman would push us into Premier League winners category. We could push for a Premier League and Europa League title this year with him in our defense. I want to bring him in here on a 4-year deal, which he accepts. No release clause. Perfect. He wants a lot in terms of wages and signing bonuses, but we do have the money to spare at the moment. That still leaves us with £1 million in our budget to do contracts and make some improvements to the scouts and the coaches. So we're going to accept that one right there. Ladies and gentlemen, say hello to our new rock at the back. It is Sven Botman, the Dutch defender, signing on at Coventry City. This team is so damn good, man. I'm almost sad that we're in the Europa League because I thought we could. If with a team like this, we could have won the Champions League this year or at least had a red hot crack at it. But there are no excuses for us to not be playing Champions League football next year. I want us to win a Premier League title with Coventry City. I want us to win a Europa League. I think we genuinely should be pushing for every trophy possible this year. Let's see if that's possible. So far, so good. Sitting second in the Premier League. A lot of teams breathing down our neck, but I'm not caring about who's coming for us because I'm coming for Manchester City. They're only 3 points ahead of us. Big second half of the year ahead. Also, I think I forgot to show you our Europa League group at the start of the season, but we ended up topping it just 1 loss all campaign, which is brilliant. So we'll wait and see who comes out of the preliminary round to see who we face on the next stage of the Europa League. Again, though, it just feels such a waste. The goal of the video is to see how fast we can win a Champions League, and I think we could have done it here in season 5. Jackson Moss will be our only addition to the side here in the January window, though. We didn't really have the money to go out and pick up anybody crazy. I was debating getting like an old goalkeeper as a backup, but then I found Jackson Moss, 76 overall. He'll be a perfect backup option. Oh, we did not win the title. We almost bottled top 4, but it's fine. I mean, technically we were closer to the title than we were falling out of the top 4, but we've done all we needed this year. We've qualified for the Champions League in season 6, and I'm going to be going into it with so much confidence. We have got an unbelievable side. We would have to be one of the favorites. Man City beat out Chelsea on goal difference to win the Premier League. Scrolling down the table, Wolves are now a yo-yo club. Man City win the FA Cup. We have not been going on runs there. Man City also win the Carabao Cup. Fair play. We go out to Arsenal in the quarters. Manchester City are a different animal right now. It's not unexpected, but my God, they've done the quad. But let's see how we went in the Europa League. This is going to be great experience. So the preliminary round happened. Round of 16, we absolutely destroy Ghent. 7-1 on aggregate into the quarters where we lose to Inter Milan. We go out in the Europa League quarterfinals to Inter Milan, and it ends up being Salzburg, probably the least likely of those semi-finalists. Salzburg go ahead and win the Europa League. Stuttgart win the Conference League. Haji Wright, you are a gem, my friend. +3 again this year. He hits the age of 30, but he's now 87 overall, and he has his best career season to date. 32 goals, 2 assists. Aravena into the 90s and gets 38 goal contributions. That is absolutely absolutely unbelievable from the fellas. Haji Wright, I did not see this coming. What a great piece of momentum to bring into the Champions League, bring on Season 6. We're going all out for it. It's just never straightforward, is it, fellas? I wanted Levi Colwell to be a part of this squad. I had my plans in place for this year, but now he's gone and submitted a transfer request to start the year. I hate people sitting around that aren't happy, so we'll take it as a blessing. We'll try getting an upgrade. We've got a boatload of money anyways, so we can get somebody that is higher upgraded and hopefully more of a chance of getting us to a Champions League title here in Season 6. And there we go. Levi Colwell is out of the club just like that. When I signed him a few years ago from Chelsea, or rather Atletico Madrid, I expected him to be here for the long haul, but instead he goes to Inter Milan for £53 million. I mean, it is a £36 million profit. I can live with that aspect. And we sign his replacement. It is a massive upgrade. We sign William Saliba from Tottenham. Yes, you heard me right. Tottenham. I'm stoked that we get an 89 rated center back in, but we paid way more than I wanted to. I wanted to go in for a new star striker, to be totally honest. We might still be able to do that, but I might have to be a little more resourceful. Regardless though, I am stoked to have Saliba here, signing him from Tottenham, £94 million. Oh, what am I talking about? We still have £127 million in our budget. All right, that is a lot better. Screw it, lads. We've done it. We've gone in for a new star striker. Cameo has been okay, but I want somebody who is going to light the world up alongside Haji Wright, which is where 88 rated Dusan Vlahovic comes into the equation, 28 years of age, an absolute baller. And we're going to sign him from Juventus for it's another club record transfer. I spent so much money in the past few years, but we're going to sign him from Juve for £97 million. And with the fraction of money we have left over, we are going to sign ourselves a backup left midfielder. Here it is, the Albanian left midfielder, Arnas Mehmeti, joining us from Bristol City for £7 million. This team is just not fair. This team is unbelievable. Unbloody believable. This team has to be a favorite for a Champions League title. I mean, it's absurd how good the starting 11 is. We've got so much quality on the bench. We've got so much depth in our reserves. I'm really proud of this project at Coventry City, but there is still a massive goal for us to tick off, and that is a Champions League title. Standing in our way in the group stages are RB Leipzig, Anderlecht, and Stade Bucharest. It's not the strongest group in the world, but every team poses a different challenge. In my heart of hearts, though, I think it's going to be ourselves and Leipzig going through, but we can't sleep on Anderlecht or Stade Bucharest. Let's see if we can get through to the knockout rounds with Coventry City for the first time. I was wrong, fellas. I was wrong. Anderlecht are going to be joining us in the knockout rounds. We go undefeated, only conceding 4 goals the entire group stages. We fly through to the round of 16. Anderlecht 1 point ahead of Leipzig though, which is huge. In the round of 16, if you look down the bottom though, we have been drawn up against Benfica. It's not the world's toughest opponent, but given some of the teams available, I would have much rathered Warsaw. We are an absolute mess though in the Premier League. Oh my God. We're 5 points out of getting back to the top 4, but we're not going to win a Premier League title this year. We are 16 points off the top. What the actual is going on there? It looks like we've put all of our effort into the Champions League. We cannot afford to do that. If we don't win the Champions League this year and miss out on top 4, I'm going to have to make some monumental changes. So let's make sure we win the Champions League. Getting into it here, I have stuffed up. I definitely should have signed a backup center defensive midfielder because our captain Sheaf is suspended for the first leg in Benfica. Rudoni comes into the starting 11, still only 72 overall, and we get the lead. That is a lot of yellow cards. We have a 1-goal lead to take back to Coventry. Down no soldiers. Ben Sheaf's coming back. All the guys who got yellow cards not suspended, but long term, that might hurt us. I want us to be the most disciplined, clinical side in the world. We're back home here in Coventry with a 2-1 lead. Get us through to the quarters with no suspensions. That's definitely going to be a suspension. It's a 2-0 win, but I'm pretty sure Zakarian was one of the 3 that got a yellow card in the first leg. So our Russian midfielder will more than likely be suspended for the first leg of the quarters. Yep. No, it's Suslov getting a suspension. What? Suslov coming off the bench and getting a suspension. I was not... Okay, cool. That's fine by me. I didn't expect that, but that's fine by me. A trip to Spain is in our future. how have Anderlecht and Warsaw won? Warsaw beat Dortmund and Anderlecht beat Chelsea. And of course they get drawn up against Real Madrid and Man City. Keep it pushing, lads. Although it is, oh my God, how have I just clocked that? Warsaw's up and Anderlecht are tied. All right, anyways, let's focus on ourselves. We've got Sevilla. They're good on career mode. Let's get past the Spanish outfit. And Suslov isn't even suspended. I swear I didn't see him get the yellow card. Like when I saw the suspension email, I was like fairly confident I never saw him get a yellow card. But anywho, long story short, we've got a full strength starting 11 for the home leg here against Sevilla, which we come away with a 2-0 lead in. Haji Wright and Facundo Farias giving us a 2-goal advantage as we head to Seville for the second leg. But our clean skin run is over, and it is Dusan Vlahovic who is going to be suspended for the second leg. Luckily, we have got the big dog Camelo to come in here off the bench. Strike is probably the one position where I don't mind getting suspensions because we've got quality, but do not blow a 2-0 lead. Please do not blow it. We do not blow it, we double it. I was really hoping Saliba didn't get a yellow card. Again, I'm on edge right now after those first legs, but we are into the Champions League semi-finals. Oh my God. Warsaw won. Warsaw took down Manchester City. Anderlecht unfortunately couldn't take down Real Madrid, but we have been drawn up against Legia Warsaw of Poland. Regardless of who wins, whether it's us or Warsaw, one of these teams is going to be in a Champions League final, which is a wild sight to see. But this is a perfect opportunity. I mean, who do Warsaw have? Do they have any superstars? Right now, their highest rated player is 78 overall. They do not have a team that you would expect to be in a Champions League semi-final. Yet this team just took down the quad-winning Manchester City side from last year. All right, we're going to have to take on these guys. All right, let's see how we go. Dusan Vlahovic back from his suspension. First leg in Coventry, and I'm hoping we can absolutely thump Warsaw here and rest some players for a second leg. But they've got the Cinderella run. They've got a lot of teamwork, I imagine. They got good morale, and it's only a 1-0 win. Only a 1-0 win. Farias misses a penalty. I assume Vlahovic comes up and collects the scraps, but we take just a 1-goal lead to Poland. I cannot afford to rest anybody for this second leg. This is it, fellas. A trip to Poland and a trip to a Champions League final in season number 6 on the line with this insane Coventry City side. We get there and we get no yellow cards. I'm more happy about that. The win was almost expected, but no injuries, no suspensions. We take down Warsaw 3-0 and we'll play the winner of Bayern Munich and Real Madrid, which ultimately proves to be the Galacticos, Real Madrid. Taking a look around the grounds, and that is not a great omen. A Madrid side beating an English side in another European final. Let's not let Manchester United dictate our mood heading into this. AZ Alkmaar win the Conference League. Something that definitely dictates my mindset though heading into this final is the fact we finished 8th in the Premier League with Coventry. That is absolutely horrible. That is diabolical. All right, we are going to go balls to the wall. We have to win a Champions League final tonight. That is horrible, man. 58 points. This was a year when I expected us to walk the league. Instead, we only get 58 points. Relegation though, Fulham, Forest, Sunderland go down. Chelsea beat Preston to win the FA Cup final, and West Ham beat Aston Villa to win the Carabao Cup final. Besides the Champions League, we have had an absolute stinker of a season, but all that matters is trying to complete the rebuild. We have got ourselves a spot in the promised land. It is now on our shoulders to win Coventry City a Champions League title. Here we go. The Sky Blues versus the Galacticos at Old Trafford. This is about to be something special. Oh, I forgot that I put Mbappe on the updated rosters. I should have just kept him at PSG. Ravina, nice skills. Nice ball there to 8 Nuri. Gonna try. Oh, tap sober. That would have been a great opportunity for us. Counter attack coming up here. I see you. Putting it in the corner there for Haji Wright. Holding it up. Putting it on a platter. Putting it through. Oh, that's worked out well. And it's our Russian Zakarian giving us the lead. That worked out so well because initially I was trying to go to Farias, but it works out even better because Zakarian, he was onside. That is awesome. Well left. I think that was Vlahovic actually. Vlahovic leaves it. That leaves us open at the back post, and we take the lead early on here against Real Madrid. We've just opened up an opportunity for Real Madrid out of nothing. I was just trying to play it back to the keeper. Get it away. All right, perfect. No. That's a heavy touch. What a save, Petrovic. Just clear it away. Vinicius played that one block. It falls out again. It's a first-time shot from Bellingham. Petrovic has been on top of it so far. No shot for Mbappe! Man, Real Madrid are all over us. We're just parking the absolute bus here. Get it away. I'm tapping square. They get the header. And every time it gets into the goalkeeper's gloves, I'm taking as much time to chill. Farias with a slight knock, but we're going to trust him to hold on to it here against Mbappe. Just dragging it back. Beautiful stuff. Squaring it there. It's going to be Botman. Botman blocked it. It's another corner. We've got to defend it for 1 minute. And honestly, I'm just going to go short to Farias and run the other direction. The clock's going to run out of time. Mbappe's too slow to catch up to us. Blow that whistle, referee. Blow the whistle. There it is. We played such an ugly brand of football. We park the bus. Real Madrid pepper us with shots, but we don't care. That early goal is going to be the difference maker here. Zakarian in the 23rd minute. The Russian midfielder is going to help secure Coventry City a Champions League title. What a journey it has been. I cannot believe Ben Sheaf is still here. 2 original players from the starting 11 in this Champions League winning side. Ben Sheaf, captain from day one, captain when we win Coventry City a Champions League title. Fellas, if you enjoyed today's rebuild, make sure you click here to subscribe and click here to watch another video.